I feel like all of us are so used to seeing a What's in My Wallet come out every quarter from every different creator. So I thought, why not make this one a little bit more interesting by bringing on a guest to my What's in My Wallet episode. Not only will he be going through my wallet, but I'll also be going through his travel wallet, so you can get a little bit of a 2-for-1 in this one. If you'd like to support the channel and see more of these in-person collaborations with creators, one massive way you can do that at no additional cost to you is by using the links down in my description if any of these cards did catch your eye. I hope you enjoy this one.
So as I said before, today I'm going to have Daniel Braun go through my wallet and give his opinions on the cards I'm using and tell me what I need to fix, if anything. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it.
All right, let's see here.
All the power.
All right, so first, I'm going to pull out, looks like we have the Chase Freedom Unlimited, so I'm going to guess that's probably your catch-all card. Are you kind of using that in the Chase Trifecta ecosystem there? All right, good.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Chase Trifecta.
Yeah.
It's tried and true.
1.5 points per dollar on everything, and then transferring over to the Sapphire Preferred, I'm assuming.
Right, yeah, we'll get to that card.
Yeah. I see it sticking out here too, so let's, all right. But then after that, we have the Amex Blue Business Plus. So that's another, I'm kind of sensing like catch-all card here in the front of the wallet. So 2x points per dollar and everything. Is that kind of like business catch-all, or what are you kind of doing there with the Blue Business Plus?
Right. So yeah, I applied for the Blue Business Plus before I even had like my LLC set up or anything. So I got it as part of just building out the Amex Trifecta, because I did, before I had that card, I had the gold card already. So I wanted a catch-all card in Amex's ecosystem. The Blue Business Plus just served as just really my catch-all card with them for a while I hit the bonus. And now that I have multiple catch-all cards, I use it only for business purchases.
Gotcha. That's pretty similar to like how I used it too. Like I'd say like it really was just like that's what I have it set up for, like a few subscriptions, good catch-all type of thing. But I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like as a YouTube channel, we don't like have too many expenses. Like, obviously if we want to pay for like video editor or, like I said, a couple subscriptions, stuff like that. So that's a good card to have.
Yep, I agree.
And then here at the top, I do see the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and it's funny, you have the newer design.
Oh yeah.
I still have the old because I got it in 2019. So it was like, and actually I think my fiance got the card last year, like right before they switched. She got it like a week before they switched over to the new design. So I have like, and you'll probably see it if you go through my wallet here. I don't know. I have it with me. It's in my backpack because I'm traveling. But,
nice.
So it's like the old design, but I like the newer design, honestly. And then obviously it's good for, that Chase Trifecta, collecting all those Chase points. And then are you kind of redeeming for travel like me mostly?
Exactly. Yeah. We're actually filming this one on location at a Hyatt in downtown Austin, but that's actually mainly what I use my Chase points for, is booking either Hyatt stays, especially their resorts. I think are really nice. Get some good redemptions there. But yeah, for those of y'all that don't know, if you have one of Chase's higher tier cards, really any of their annual fee cards, you can transfer your points out to travel partners through that card. So I use my Freedom Unlimited as the catch-all, transfer that to the Chase Sapphire Preferred, put those out to travel partners, and it's either Hyatt or, honestly, I use them with Southwest because that's what I fly out of Austin a lot, but it's really not, like the Chase Sapphire Reserve would probably be better in that situation for the flights, but for hotels, it's really great.
Yeah, Hyatt is really like the last like hidden gem in the credit card points and miles game, like at least for consistent value. You can find deals with like Marriott and Hilton and IHG and all those sometimes, but Hilton or Hyatt is really like consistently across the board. You're finding like good deals. So this is here in Austin, the Hyatt Regency. Awesome view of the river we have here. This is where I'm staying as I'm visiting Spencer here, and it's definitely worth it. So that's how I booked it. I transferred over. I think I had a free night certificate, and then I transferred over 24,000 points total for the other 2 nights for 12,000 points each night. So
that's crazy.
Awesome deal. Sapphire Preferred really allows you to do that. So good card. I like to see that. I think it's a must-have. Then I see another business credit card here. So this is on the Chase side of things. So the Inc. Business Cash. So this is an interesting card. This was also my first business credit card. So I got that one back when the minimum spend was actually, I think it was 7,500. I don't know if that's what you had it for too.
I got it during the 90,000 point off.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, so mine was like 75,000 points after 7,500 in minimum spend. You got 90,000 for 6,000 in minimum spend. That's such a better deal.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm glad you took advantage of that. That's good. Is this a card you're using regularly, or is this? I know it has some interesting like 5x business specific categories.
Yeah, I use it mainly for actually like because it gives you 5x back on like internet, cable, like phone services. Like that's one of the categories that it covers pretty well. So I use it for like basically my internet plan, my phone bill, and then obviously I'm not writing off necessarily the full part of that as a business expense, but it at least helps me separate that that personal and business expense a little bit. I haven't ever used, like, it gives you 5x on office supply stores, and I know some people will like really grind through like the getting gift cards.
The gift card thing.
And then using those for your purchases. I haven't done that because, again, it's at this point it's really just separate for business expenses. I'm not putting a ton of purchases in other categories outside of like those few subscription kind of things.
I made a video about that too, where it was like, you know, I've done the same thing where I've used it for personal, used it for business, and I kind of said like, you know, you can kind of like, you can look at it the other way too. You could say, hey, a lot of people start a business and they're putting business expenses on their personal cards, but nobody freaks out about that. But when you flip it around and put your personal on a business card, people are like, can I do that? Is that legal? It's technically not like, you know, they might have the terms might say, okay, you're supposed to use it for business expenses. They're not going to always like check that. I still prefer to separate it, where I'm like, for me, it's like the greatest thing is like, okay, I want to keep things separate. I want like, you know, I want to be able to do my taxes easy at the end of the year, figure out what I can write off, and then optimize my wallet setup in there. So yeah, no, I think all the Ink cards, the Amex Blue Business Plus, that's, I mean, I have each of those cards that you have here in your wallet too. So it's good to see. And then, I think on the other side, we have some of we'll call the premium section here. So this is, one of my favorites. I've talked about it before. You've talked about it plenty of times before, the Amex Gold card. And actually, so we were just, as we've kind of like talked here, I think I've kind of realized that with this card, you know, I always use the Uber credit on this. The dining credit is one that I've like used less and less just because like, you know, I don't always like order takeout or stuff like that, but every now and then I do. I just wouldn't say I use it every single month. How would you say this card kind of fits into your setup, and are you using all the credits and that kind of a thing?
Yeah. For me, since I do live like basically in downtown Austin, I think it's a great card that's easy to use because I'm in a heavily just urban area. That's different for other people, obviously. Like, it's not a card that I recommend to everybody because you have to be using those credits to really get positive value from it. It's different if, for example, if you get referrals on the cards, like, you can keep the cards open without hitting the credits. But for the majority of people, I think it's important to do that. So I use the Uber Eats credit and the Grubhub credit, both. So like the food delivery, but I actually set both of those to pick up only. So I only go pick it up because if not, it doesn't save you any money from what I've found.
The fees just like cancel it out anyway.
So I use that in pickup, and I think I use it for like Chipotle and like Freebird.
Yeah, I would say that's my biggest thing. If I ever use the credit, I do use it for Chipotle. That'd be what I use it for sure. Yeah, no. So got to get the burrito bowl, double chicken. Good use of the credit there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then lastly, here I see the Capital One Venture X. So this is another high tier, kind of like tier 4 on the credit card ladder type of premium travel card. And you just got this one recently,
right? Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah. So I mainly now it's interesting because we talked about the Chase Freedom Unlimited. I've been using that as my catch-all credit card this whole time. So I added the Venture X mainly because I've been planning on going to Europe soon. So I wanted to get a more luxury product that I could have lounge access because none of my other cards, like the Sapphire Preferred, doesn't give you that.
Yeah.
Also, just like global entry, TSA pre-check, I wanted that. The annual travel credit's nice, but I mainly just wanted to upgrade like how I was traveling. So I added that, and then also it just serves as a catch-all card now. Like, I feel it's just cool to pull out that card. It's a cool, looking card, feeling card. So I use it as my catch-all card, depending on what point ecosystem I want to target more. So right now I have a lot of Chase points, so I've been using the Venture X as my catch-all card for everything to stockpile some points there. But if I ever like book a bunch of Hyatt stays, I'll probably switch back to the unlimited for a few months and stockpile those again, and kind of just cycle them.
I think it's good to have like a balance too. I've always, like I always say, the points diversity, it's having like options. So like having points in different systems. Like obviously, some people prefer to just be all in one, but like I think it's good to have options in different systems.
Yeah, and the Capital One miles for me, they're straight travel, and that's the difference between Chase. Is technically I could use that as like a pseudo cashback setup if down the line for whatever reason I wanted to go full cashback. I wouldn't probably even be keeping the Venture X unless maybe I'm still traveling.
Sure.
So the Freedom Unlimited is just a solid card to have no matter what.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's a good solid wall up here. It's it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards.
Yeah, and I have a couple more that aren't in there. I have the Citi custom cash that I use for 5x back on gas every month, which is in my car. I just keep it there now. So might as well just have the wallet a little bit.
Make it easier. Yeah.
And then the other cards that I haven't included, I have the OG Chase Freedom that I use basically just loaded to all of my accounts. Like right now you get 5x back on Amazon this quarter. So I've been using it for all my Amazon purchases. And I don't know if my video will come out on this yet, but I also did just recently add the Amex Amazon Prime business card. And that's obviously for my business side of Amazon purchases, which is actually the majority of my purchases.
Yeah, no, it's a good card for just general business purposes.
Yeah, so those are the other cards that I haven't, put in my wallet, but they all get some amount of use. All of them I keep at least active with a subscription of some kind, even if it's like $2 a month for like iCloud, for example. I think it's like $2.99.
Yeah.
I'll put that on like my OG Freedom in case
Yeah.
I'm not hitting any categories. So try to put a little bit of spend on all of them. But yeah, I think mainly right now I'm using the Venture X as my catch-all, and then I'm using the Gold Card for all my food, the Citi Custom Cash for all my gas, and then I don't even know if that leaves out anything else. That's pretty,
and that's pretty similar to my. If you want to look through mine here, I have maybe like just two slightly different ones. You can kind of judge that if you'd like.
Let's go for it. This one's a little bit more of a maze for me to get through, but
there's some tabs in hidden compartments in my wallet here.
Yeah, but it looks like the first card that I found at least is the Amex Gold Card again. We just covered why it seems that you're still using it a lot, but maybe using it less.
Yeah, it's a card that right now we use it kind of like, so my fiance just got the Chase Freedom Flex late last year, and so she got the special sign up bonus where she gets 5x Chase points on groceries for her first year, and I get 4x on groceries on the Amex Gold Card. So instead of us just like each trying to pay for exclusively with one card or the other, we just kind of do, all right, if we're both going grocery shopping, we'll probably use the Chase card because it's earning more. If I'm going grocery shopping, I'll use the Amex Gold Card. If she'll use the Chase Freedom Flex for that sign up bonus. So again, we're earning points in two different systems. But yeah, no, that's my card for groceries when I'm paying for that right now, and then it's my go-to like dining credit card as well. So 4x points on both of those.
Makes sense. And obviously this is, I guess, I don't know if I just mentioned this, but this will be your like travel wallet right now. So this might not be all the cards you have and everything.
Yeah.
But I guess as this being an Amex card, have you had any difficulties with it being an Amex card? I mean, it's only international.
Yeah, no, it's really, and that's where I find people have the most difficulties is international, not being accepted in different countries. But no, I mean, Amex card, I did have, honestly, I'm trying to think where I was just recently. I think I was out in California 2 weeks ago, and I think I had back-to-back restaurants that I was going to that did not accept Amex. So, that's the thing I've been seeing more and more lately. I've been seeing more and more places, restaurants start charging like a 3% extra fee if you pay with a credit card. So it's something to factor in where technically the Amex is still providing me more value by getting 4x and then I redeem it for 2-3 cents point. So it's still worth it to pay with a credit card, but I don't know. It's an interesting thing how when you throw in that extra little fee for using a credit card at restaurants.
Yeah, and I know Amex charges just higher fees in general, so maybe that's part of the reason people are doing that, but that's interesting.
Yeah. I think that's why Amex is always the first. If a restaurant is ever going to like discriminate against one issuer, they're going to get rid of Amex. Like Amex is going to be the one that they're like, no, that's high interchange fees, and so they're going to probably limit Amex before Visa or Mastercard or Discover.
Makes sense. So that's the first card there. It looks like the next card we have in here is the Business Unlimited, at least that I'm seeing first here.
Yeah, that's the only one that, yeah. So that's just sort of like, I'm traveling here. This is, a business trip. I'm traveling here to just kind of like, do this with you, create some content, enjoy Austin, kind of film some content for my channel. And then, so it's really like some business expenses on this trip. And I just like to have a simple, instead of trying to like carry a card for each purpose, I'm trying to get some other cards that might be good for, dining and other general travel on the business side of things. But right now, that's just a good 1.5 points per dollar on everything. Just nice and simple. I could also go with the Blue Business Plus, but to be honest, I have a lot of Amex points right now. So if I'm going to like prioritize Chase or Amex, I'm going to go with Chase mostly right now, just because I am trying to earn a few more Chase points.
That makes sense. I think having a Chase card in general, or just a Visa card that's a catch-all, is always important no matter what. But the Business Unlimited is obviously a good one as well.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can figure out this tab.
Yeah, there you go. Pull it up. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So this is just the regular Freedom Unlimited. So I guess I would assume that the difference is just personal versus business expenses.
Exactly. Same. I mean, not the same exact card. They have different categories slightly outside of but the main thing I use them both for is the 1.5 points per dollar on everything, and that's just for personal miscellaneous. So honestly, that's the one card that like I wish that the numbers weren't like this, sticking out, the embossed or whatever, because it's just a pain to like carry.
Exactly.
And it gets all worn out. But that's the card that I'm using for probably the most often. The reason I'm saying that is because those numbers have just gotten like worn out at this point, because I use it so much just for miscellaneous things. And again, same thing, same reason why you have it, transferring to the Sapphire Preferred, redeeming for higher value for travel like this trip. This trip is entirely funded with credit card points. So flights, flying back business class tomorrow, or first class, domestic first class on American. And then, this entire 3-night stay at the Hyatt Regency with this awesome view. So perfect Chase Trifecta setup for me.
Exactly, yeah. And mixing in the business part of the trifecta, I think, is cool too. Or business part of the Chase setup.
Expanding the Chase to business, yeah.
Right. Let's see, the other side here. Oh, that's nice. I haven't actually seen this version of the Amex Platinum, but we have the Amex Platinum card here, which seems to be one that you might want to carry for travel-related expenses because you do get the elevated earnings whenever you book in cash for like flights and hotels and stuff.
Yeah.
Through the Amex portal, though.
Amex portal for hotels, flights, you can book and get 5x either through the airline or the portal. But yeah, so that's the card that I use for any, like, if I'm buying something, booking something in points, I'll use that for the fees. So I paid, I think, 11,000 Amex miles to book the flight here, and then $5.60 in fees. So I put that on the Amex Platinum card. And then, yeah, other than that, it's the benefits too. Like the lounge access, stopped in at the Amex Lounge in Philly on the way here. And then a lot of people will grab food there, grab drink, and then continue on your flight. I don't always make it to the lounge. I don't think it's a priority, but like when I have time to kill, and the lounge there in Philly is in Terminal A, and I was just a quick walk over to Terminal B, so I just took advantage of it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I think it's also, I guess it could be nice too if you somehow had a flight get canceled and you had to book at the counter or something.
That almost happened. Like it was getting, the skies were getting real stormy looking at that. I told the Amex guy, hey, I might see you again in 30 minutes. But yeah, luckily I didn't have to go back.
Yeah, it looks like you brought some of the weather with you.
We're not getting the best weather here.
But hopefully tomorrow will be a little better for you.
Yeah, I'm wearing a jacket in Texas. I thought it was supposed to be warm down here.
I know, it's weird. You'll see people with like full coats on out here. Oh, how in the world do you get this out?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it's not going to come out. It always gets stuck.
Oh, there we go.
There you go, yeah.
Perfect. And the last card I believe that we have in here is the Bilt Mastercard, which this is my first look at it, and I really love the design of this card, so this is cool to see in person.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to drop it. Can I drop it on this?
Do it.
Yeah. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. I think it's the most satisfying metal credit card drop out of all of them.
That's the platinum.
It makes the platinum card sound like it's a piece of plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's part plastic, but I think the Bilt is probably like full metal. And so that's just my rent card. But the only, it's very similar to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. There's a lot of there's some overlap in the categories where it's getting 2x on travel, 2x on dining, so really, or 3x on dining, excuse me. And then, so really the one thing about this card that, people might not be the biggest fans of is that you need 5 transactions per month to get the points that you earn. So rent counts as one of those, and you don't have to pay any extra fees by paying rent with this card. So I use that for rent. And then it's mostly my coffee card, I call it. So like anytime I go to a coffee shop, usually I work from there during the day. I'll pay on the Bilt card, and that easily gets me my 5 transactions. Still gets usually 3x points as long as it's coding that way with the coffee shop. And then, I'm able to accumulate a ton of points throughout the course of a year that I can transfer over to Hyatt, or a few other partners like American Airlines even.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool how they've done this. I mean, obviously they made that rule because they want you to be able to use this card constantly.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it is a really nice looking card to have, and I think it's just nice to have in the wallet. But they did, for being basically a dedicated rent card for most people, they're making it a really nice card to be able to carry in other situations as well, which I'm a huge fan of, and I love the Bilt card. I haven't gotten it yet because I haven't moved rentals, and we're just zelling our landlord because it's somebody.
Yeah.
Like it's just somebody like you kind of know. But in the future, whenever I'm working through like a portal or something, I'll be doing the same thing. So.
Yeah. It's a good card to have there.
And I think that was all of your credit cards in your travel
wallet? That's it. Yeah, it's really only 5 carrying with me right now, and then I do, like I said, I have other ones too. I think we have very similar cards here. Ventrex I'm still waiting on, but other than that, we have pretty similar setups here. Where we're just kind of using the Chase ecosystem, Amex ecosystem. You have Capital One, I have Bilt, but it's really just kind of just optimizing every area of spend, especially the high areas of spend. I think rent's an important one, which is why I'm glad to have the Bilt card now. And then, just kind of this is my travel wallet. So normally I don't have the Amex Platinum with me, but just because you need to show it, to get access to the lounge, I'll have it here. And then, sometimes I'll travel. I do have the Chase Sapphire Preferred with me in my backpack too. Rented a car when I was out in California. So put that on my Sapphire Preferred, got the primary auto rental coverage there, save a few bucks by doing that on the insurance side of things. So there's lots of ways to go about it, but that's kind of my go-to setup. I think 15, 16 cards now. So only traveling with 5 right now is just more of practical thing. So I'll have some on my digital wallet too, but it's these cards kind of work really well for me.
Makes a ton of sense. Yeah, I think the caveat to both what's in my wallets here is that if either of us were, or had just applied for a new card, that would be like the only card I technically would, need right now, trying to spend towards a welcome bonus. But yeah, and this is like probably my first what's in my wallet where I'm not spending towards a welcome bonus, because my most recent one was the business prime card with Amex, and that is just a gift card. There's no required spend.
Yeah, it's easy. It's just instant.
It's weird actually using all the cards in my wallet, but I'm happy to be doing it this quarter.
Yeah,
so.
I'm kind of the same way. I'm not working on any welcome bonus. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, probably getting in better graces with all these lenders.
I know. Yeah, I think it's good to like slow down every once in a while and just appreciate what you have here. Use the points that you've accumulated. That's what I'm doing right now. You got to use your points. Save them up for a trip, but it's good to use them too. So yeah, I can't complain.
That's awesome. Well, Daniel, thanks for going through my wallet, and thank you for letting me go through yours.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you're in Austin, but thank you for coming.
Yeah, go subscribe.
So of course, as Daniel said, if you did enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. If you'd like to see how I organize all of my cards in the simplest way that I found to do it, be sure to watch this video next, where I not only give you the step-by-step as to how to do this yourself, but I also give you a copy of the spreadsheet that I use for free in the description of that video. So hopefully it helps you. As always, Odin and I both want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.